Press a button. Press a button. Here we go. Can we hear everybody say something? No, I've done something wrong. Just for a change. So at the moment, it's me chatting. And what I'm trying to do, desperately, is introduce you to all these fine people. Which, for some reason, isn't happening. No. Have a look at. Let me look at this. Have a look at. Let me tell True. Let me look at this. Have a look. Go to the right place. There we go. You're on. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I was laughing at Infinity's comment about asking what trolls he's wearing.
He's literally wearing a troll.
I think I need to. How do we?
It's because it's a casual evening. Trolls got into something more comfortable to wear rather than dress up for stream.
Wearing my human costume is so pain in the ass.
So you ever watched the film Troll Hunter? It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his only clean shirt.
Put on a clean shirt. Don't appear naked on Twitch on this channel. We haven't even got started yet. We're not even affiliate yet. We don't want to be banned. Guys, hello.
Oh, what a thing to be banned
welcome.
for.
Well, I mean, you got like the tabloids. It's just the thing that'll drive views the most is just a bit of scandal.
A bit of scandal.
Yes, exactly. You see,
So
if we're going to get banned,
shall we give, now that everybody hopefully can hear everybody, we are doing something a little bit different today. Unfortunately, our regular D&D campaign has been pulled at the 11th hour. We've had a couple of people who are ill, and we've had somebody else with technical difficulties. So we are unable to bring the scheduled broadcast of the campaign that we were planning. However, this doesn't mean that we're not here, because the show must go on, as we know. We are here with special guests from the Infinite Monkey Tales community who are going to be joining us for just our usual preamble. We always talk for about 20-30 minutes at the beginning of the game. So I think that's probably a good opportunity just to do that. So we're going to be chatting about all things at Infinite Monkeys. But yeah, I think you know these two reprobates to my right, or the screen right anyway. This way.
I just tried the pointing thing, got it wrong. Giving up.
I got it right.
you did.
We're going to be introducing you to Trolls Maiden, who is on the other side. So, hello, Trolls.
Hello? Can you hear me? Should I bring the mic down so you can hear me?
Hey, there you go.
Hello. And Papa Bill, hello.
So for those of you
Bill.
Studios, Infinite.
Hi, Stonebrick.
Hey, that's the one. Bogmaster, hello.
So normally, as is custom at the beginning of our games, we ask our players what they've been up to in the previous week since we last joined. But why break that custom? But this time, instead of having our regular players going forward to our regular game of D&D, we're going to continue that discussion on for a little bit longer. So, and Trolls, we just give you a shout out on chat there. So everybody who hasn't already and who does enjoy D&D, jump over to Trolls' channel, please. Hit that follow button and be prepared on. Now, let's hear what is it you get up to on your channel, Trolls?
A lot of just chatting. I have the camera on my bed, so when I'm sleeping, I have the stream on, so you can watch me sleep.
That's my favourite. Yeah, I love watching you sleep, Trolls.
No. I mean, that would be like, whoa.
What, creepy?
I don't think that is illegal anymore. Right?
It depends on how high you roll on your stealth check.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm pretty good, actually.
Under the radar. No, but we play a lot of D&D as well. We're playing a homebrew setting from the Swedish RPG called Trudvang. But I have mixed it up a little bit more high fantasy, as it is middle fantasy to start with. So I need to adjust for D&D 5e setting characters. And yeah, that's mostly what we do at the moment. In October, we're going to start playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Hello?
Me and a friend. Starting to see what the early access have to give.
Hey, and we've got
We've
Pale
got
joining
an
us.
extra.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
Hey, welcome, Pale. Yeah, so that sounds ideal.
Thanks. Because a mess.
It's like a workshop. We'll find out more about what's going on with you, Pale. Yeah, just get yourself under the desk there. Yeah, so Trolls, you've been kind of doing a lot of homebrew stuff. How do you find the world that you've created and keeping it going? What happens during the week when you're getting prepared? Do you have it all written out, or do you? Does it kind of
let me just
focus?
look around to see who's in chat before I start just
Yeah.
You don't need,
maybe
you don't need
giving
to
out
put
spoilers. No, it seems so fine. It's just you. So most of what I do in between the game sessions is looking on how long have they been playing on the timeline in the game. Have they been traveling like 4 hours travelings? And I'm looking at the NPCs that is in the game. What could they have been up to for these 4 hours? There's a lot of plan outs encounters per se, and places where they can go. But where they go and when they come there, it's totally up to luck because they roll a die each time.
Oh, okay.
Since the mountain itself doesn't want them to leave.
Yeah. Oh,
So
interesting.
it's more like a maze, but you have to go
Yeah.
into the darkness to come to the maze.
Excellent.
So if you have seen when, for example, Bjorlund has gone out just to check what is on the above the stairs and left the visual of his friends. Oh, he was lost now. So that's what can happen.
Yeah, I like that. So you've got this kind of random element, but you're prepared for multiple scenarios, and I guess that generally means that your prep is additional as well. So if you've had some things that they haven't used in previous weeks, then you've still got that in the pocket if you need to.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
But it's a lot of improvisations
a
as
lot
well.
of it. Prepare to improvise. That is my motto. And that's kind of what brings us here today, as a change from the scheduled broadcast. I'm just quickly going to say howdy to Pale, because we've had to shift things around today, Pale, and I appreciate that we didn't quite catch you on Discord. But what's happened is we had a couple of call-offs, and so we had to make a call as to what we're going to do. And for anybody who is joining us, this bears repeating as well. So what we'll do our usual preamble for about half an hour, and then we'll keep that going for just another half hour on top of that. So apologies to anybody who's tuning in just now, including our regular players who would be joining for a game of D&D. But tonight we're going to cut it short. We're going to have a chat for an hour. We're going to do a bit of a recap of the campaign as well, and that's why I am so glad Pale is here, because if there is anybody among us, including myself, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of the past week's events, then Pale Writer is that man. So great, delighted, Pale, that you're with us. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope that you're...
Well, don't get your hopes up, you know.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Pale, in the past couple of weeks since we last saw you? What have you been doing?
So last thing I remember was us finding that bag of 1,000,000 gold pieces, and...
Oh, yeah. But,
you found that too? Holy.
That happens in loads of campaigns. What have you been? How's the desk?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Pale, how's the desk situation going? Have you got the screws in the right places and the bolts and? Oh, wait a minute. Are you sitting at it?
Well, yes and no. Here, I'll let you get a look for yourselves.
Are you sitting?
Hang on, everybody.
Sound
Whee! Da-da-da-da-dum.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Look at that.
That's,
Holy crap.
this is because the case I had decided to give out on me, so I've literally got the desktop on the desktop.
Excellent. There's
And
a
this is basically the layout here. I really like it. It's just
that's some desk, dude.
currently working. No, still a work in progress. Good luck. Ooh, look, that's my ceiling. Oh, nope, that's the wrong way.
Excellent. So this is all totally planned. You can tell it's absolutely cool.
Technical difficulties here.
No,
you may regret.
Oh, no
Doing
extra
that.
charge for the roller coaster ride. Oh my
it
god.
was. This is like.
I feel
watching
seasick now.
This is like watching one of my VR streams.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
This is all the behind the scenes.
Oh, I think I just lost picture. Great.
Behind the
Oh no, we
scenes.
can see you still.
We can still see you.
Yeah.
So Pale, it's great to see that you're
Oh,
set
okay.
up, and you've obviously got still a little bit of you've still got a little bit of stuff to put away in shelves and all that kind of stuff. I can see some boxes behind you that look like they're on their way out, maybe. But well done.
I got a great idea actually. Why don't you just
now
kind
you
of
know
hide
I've
it
been
all?
streaming in the dark for.
Yeah, hide it all behind a green curtain.
Nothing to see here. Look away. Look away. Move along.
Yeah. Once you get your green
This is
screen,
not the mess you're looking for.
Yeah, all our mess is behind the green curtain.
I'll let
Yeah,
this
don't look
get
behind
one
that
of
green
those.
curtain.
Yeah. I mean, I have my space kind of set up in blank just so I can stream VR. But behind that curtain is an alcove which has currently mess in it, but it used to have a drum kit in it, and that's been moved, so it's going to get shelving put in it instead. So that's all right.
You mean mansion, right? Behind that curtain is the rest of
Yeah, Troy's
So
mansion. That's
Mrs. Croy used to play the drums. That's interesting.
I'm in the West
Yeah.
Wing, that's right. She's in the East Wing. It's fine. It's a beautiful. Hello, Eshness, by the way, if you are in the chat. Welcome.
No, she's not.
Well, yeah, but anyway, she should be. Why is she not in chat?
you better text her now. Why are you not?
Neil Lloyd, Neil Rapster also you joined us. You joined us last night for a game of Cthulhu Dark, which we did well. Check out the VOD for that.
Moving on.
I just discovered my keyboard drawer doesn't close with the keyboard on it.
Oh,
Oh God!
yeah. I think you should shout out this wonderful firm that you bought this
Woo, do it
this piece of
yourself!
furniture from.
Does the keyboard have legs? Can you put away the legs?
Oh,
Right.
It's an easy.
if this keyboard gets up and starts, I'm failing the sanity check.
Yeah. So so Lloyd, last night you were you were playing a professor. Is that right? Was that the character?
Yes. He was apparently someone who found physics so boring that he went and studied rocks instead. That was the brief I was given.
You asked for the pre-generated character. You got the pre-generated character. Yeah. Can't claim credit for
That
that.
was good. It was fun to play like the rambly old man type.
Yeah. Well, we got together. We met in last night's adventure. We met up in the library, with hilarity. Even though it was a Cthulhu Dark game, there was hilarity involved. It was good. We were joined as well by Jessica, and an Infinati as well. The Infinati was there, and that was yesterday was the first stream produced by the Infinati, and it was so good for me not to have to be sat behind the desk and watching the volumes and making the scene transitions and all that. It was so good, and it just shows now that the community that we've built up is really starting to gather that steam, and now we've got more than one person streaming. We've got more GMs, including this person here, that way, who's possibly going to be giving us a game in the future. Is that right?
Or free?
Monkey Pirates. Yeah, there's
Monkey
more than one
Pirates.
going, right?
Yeah, Monkey Pirates. We have
Pirate
Goblins
Monkey.
and Ghouls, obviously now, as well. And then there's a one campaign as well.
Yeah, the new campaign. Which obviously you mentioned rules, so I understand absolutely nothing about it.
Don't worry, it's easier to play than make the characters.
Well, D&D, what, we're 2.5 years on, and
Just take those rules and throw them out the window.
I haven't even got them to throw out the window. What are you on about?
What you want to know about the campaign is you want to roll low.
So we should be great. We should be great at this game.
Yeah, no problem. Can do that.
Rely on computer-based dice rollers because they have a habit of rolling poorly.
Yeah, the options of it. So I'm just going to do a quick shout out to everybody in chat. Infinati there, welcome, and thank you for all the work yesterday, and not just yesterday, but throughout the week.
The
and
last
the week
2
before.
weeks. Yeah.
And what you're going to be doing in the future.
Oh yeah, I've got plans.
Trolls, you've been asked what you're wearing.
What?
What are you?
Don't ask him to stand up.
Don't stand up.
Was that asked by somebody who was breathing very heavily? What?
I'm wearing clothes.
Not that kind of channel, guys.
Someone in chat has asked.
Not yet.
So can I have the music?
Russ, hey Russ, how you doing? Russ is in with us.
Who asked what I was wearing? I missed that.
Yeah, he asked that at 9 o'clock.
Just about anyone, even if they didn't use the words.
He does in his pajamas. This is his pajama wear. Yeah, he dresses like that when he's relaxing and
I thought it was just
chilling
how you
out.
I
Yeah.
don't have my costume on.
We're joined by Russ. We're joined by the Bogmasters and we've been having chats about games as well in the Infinite Monkey Discord and talking about what can be played and what can be.
That's a good point. Is it tomorrow that you're running your first game, Bong?
Oh,
Was that? Did I hear that right? Or am I just making shit up because we're on live TV?
on telly.
Whatever you say now is the truth. That's the
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
don't
sure he
commit
did
to
say he was
anything.
doing it Sunday.
I thought it was. Well, Oh.
Be sad for you.
We've got Warthrone. Hello. Appreciate it. You did say that at 1 minute past 9, and it's now 16 minutes gone since you said hello. But welcome to the. Welcome.
Only another 45 minutes of padding to go, folks.
Welcome to the Infinite Monkey Tales channel. This is our third stream, and unlike our usual session where we'd be playing a game, we just had some cancellations, so it got a bit difficult to be able to pick that up and pivot as quickly as we might like into a different game. So we are just doing a bit of just chatting for the next 45 minutes, 43 minutes now. Hey, look, even that takes up time. So, so Warthrone, welcome. What we're trying to do as well is just be here, because we did say that we were going to be here at 9 o'clock, and rather than just not be here and people wondering, what's going on, we thought at least if we were here, we could be here to explain ourselves and say, come and join us. Join our Discord, and also hit that follow button, or have a look at our VODs, decide about our games, and then hit the follow button if you prefer to go that way. We are on YouTube as well. And we have a QR code for that because by default the YouTube creates massively long URLs until you've got like 10 million subscribers on your YouTube channel. YouTube's got really difficult, really hard. We've got some old pirate with us. Stonebrick Studios, hello, how's it going? Papa Bill, I can imagine what's going on at Papa Bill's house just now. Lots and lots of swearing about technology.
Cables.
Boy, can I relate to that.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry I missed the sound check. I could have contributed to the discussion.
Valexion, hello. How's it going? Welcome. That's 14 minutes. Hey, welcome. Jessica Sonnet, who was with us last night, playing our game of Cthulhu, and we're going to have a part 2 of that coming up. Are we doing that next Friday?
I don't know when we're doing it. When are we doing it?
We've got to work a date. We've got to work
Do
a
we
date.
want to?
If everyone's available.
Yeah. So possibility next Friday being the part 2 of our Cthulhu, which was yesterday, which you get on the on that there. And yeah. So who else? We've got Nightbot. Nightbot's with us.
What? Is Nightbot back?
Nightbot's
Oh no,
back.
I thought we got rid of Nightbot.
Yeah, Nightbot's back. Nightbot was being a little bit rude to some of our chat last night.
Whatever do you mean?
I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit rude to
It's
to
just a
what
bit
we've done.
aggressive.
Yeah, it just seemed to have a little bit of new day, first day things. Any questions?
Glitter. How many? Jessica just asked how many packs of dice do we all have? I've said
Yeah, but-
not enough.
How many packs of dice? I
We
think
have
I've
a
got-
lot of questions actually in chat, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go for it, guys. Pick them up.
But answering the last question about the dice, I would say I have about 6 sets of dice, but then I have.
I need more dice, but the thing is, I have got a good set of dice that I like at the minute, and they're practical. So the next set of dice that I want to get, I've got to be special.
Then I have 16
That sounds expensive.
Trolls, you have how many? 16 what?
D6s.
6.
16 D6s. Ah.
Yeah.
Weak sauce.
God's own dice, that.
But then I have like.
Yeah, special gem ones.
Single dice as well, so.
Yeah.
And a set that I made myself, so.
Oh.
But I
Oh.
lost-
Bongsby.
It's got expensive tastes.
I lost one of those. Dice. No, really. I gave one of them away. It was a D20 to a birthday person.
Bong's just been making dice in our Discord, and if you're not in our Discord, please join our Discord. Bong,
Should have grafted it onto a ring and proposed. You know.
the Bong Master, has made his own dice today, and he was showing us the pictures.
20 in my
Oh.
game of life.
I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can bring up pictures. Actually, that could be.
I mean,
yeah,
that
well,
was
anyway,
awesome. Those dice. Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
good.
They
were
You
great.
mentioned something about having a mold that resin or something was poured into, and then painting the.
Jessica, it's in the dice porn room.
This is the-
Porn room.
Don't say that on live.
Oh,
So
I'm
they-
ready. I missed the sound
Check the
check
porn
now.
I yeah.
Oh no, they've changed it. It says big bag of dice. Sorry,
It
it
never
doesn't say
said
that
dice.
at all.
Whoops.
Alexa, open up that.
Freudian slip.
Here you go. Here's a
yeah.
question. Here's a
It's a
question
big
from.
sack of dice. No.
Here's a question from Velixion. Conflicting
Why?
answers on
Oh.
if a turn 1 action surge procs Gloomstalker's Dread Ambusher.
Sorry, what? In
That's-
English?
That sounds technical.
I have
Yeah,
an
yeah.
answer for that.
Yeah, go for it, trolls.
Okay, I'm going to read both of them because I have been looking into them. I wanted to see what it was you wanted to answer. At the start of your first turn each combat, you get an additional 10 feet, so don't worry about that. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as a part of that action. And I think that is the one that you're looking for. And the wording for action surge is that it gives you an additional action, and that action you can use to either cast a spell or use the attack action. So if it is your first turn, you first do your normal attacks, proccing Dread Ambusher, and then you use your action surge, and you use an attack action again, and per wording, it procs again.
There you
I'm
go.
so glad you're here.
But that's only on the
that's-
first turn of
That's
combat.
how I was reading it. Yeah, it's very powerful, but it's like the assassination
Yeah.
abilities for like the rogues. It's like you just get in there quick, do a lot of damage, and then hopefully you don't have to worry about it too long.
So you haven't got 6 opinions there, Valexion, but I hope the 2 authoritative ones that you had make up for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
My opinion is, whatever makes
said.
it fun.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
makes it fun. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
actually
I would-
that's
it's un-
actually a valid point as well, isn't it? Because I think in our games in D&D, like we're just getting to those higher levels, and we haven't got that level of complexity in our characters because we were all relatively new players to D&D. Some of us had played previously in our campaign, some of us had played years ago in previous levels, but none of us had brought forward the sort of decade or more of playing up through different versions and coming to that. And so we've kind of our approach, and my approach as a GM as well, is to be able to make quick decisions that allow the game and the story to progress. That's only one way you can play the game. I don't know that we would, as players round the table, and myself as DM in a game of D&D, I don't know if we would necessarily get to that level of complexity. But I guess what we would probably do is go with whatever narratively fit, and then if there was complex rules stuff afterwards, we would have a discussion off stream and out of the game about that, like that's happening just now. So maybe that's the same for you guys as well.
I do make rules up, and you do actually go, no.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'll go, well, I want... I'll go, well, I want to do this, and then I want to do that, and he'll go, no.
Yeah, because there's also the weird thing with the way, like, they kind of word D&D rules where, like, so online you have RA, like, rules as intended, and then rules as written. So, like, rules as written would be, like, this example where Trolls is like, yeah, every time you do an attack, you get one extra thing. You probably find the intention was, like, you just have one attack per turn as an action. So they're expecting it to proc once. But, yeah, so you can see they do their rat or not.
The action search wording has been on Twitter for Jeremy Crawford and the other one, the rule designer, and they have answered what they wanted out of the spell, and that is you get one other action.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
So
I was listening to...
If you want to, if you are playing a mage and you feel like, I can only cast one spell per turn, take 2 levels in fighter and you can cast 2 spells, 2 fireballs at a turn, if you use action search, and that's how it is played. But if your DM says no, you can't do that, then it's no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And then you fight afterwards.
Then you say what, and then you do that little diagram where you work through whether or not that's still the table that you want to play at, and then
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is like you got the ones where like the people multi-class based on their character development, which tends to be the more roleplay heavy, and then you have the theory crafters, where it's just like none of this multi-classing has to make narrative sense, but it means that basically I can like one shot like a god at the end of the game.
Yep. The min max and that kind of stuff totally does help. Ange, did you have a question?
Oh, yeah, my questions are really simple, basic questions. Everyone just rolls their eyes out and goes, yeah. Right, I was listening to a podcast today while I was in the gardening, and I won't put what I said earlier, and it was like someone they were in a fight, and they moved out the room, and they held their action. And then when they went to go in for a gate into the devil thing came out the door in their initiative, they had 2 actions. Called it multi-action. I'd never heard that before. So they had their held action and then their initiative action. So they rolled they did 2 rolls.
Yes.
She said that's a multi-action. Is that a thing? How many of you are Googling right now?
I mean, it could be a house rule, I guess.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
For the rules as written, I've been reading a lot of rules for the 5e, so I can DM it, and not looking up the rules. That's never happened before. As rules are written, for your hold action, you can just use you say what you want to do. But if you say, okay, when they walk out of the threshold, I want to attack them, you only get 1 attack normally. You can't hold your attack action. You just hold 1 attack if you have multiple. If you have like extra attack per se.
I'll have to find the episode and show it you. But she said that they ran out and hid behind the door, and they said they were in initiative, and they said I'm going to hold my action. So when they came out the door, they all had 2 rolls.
That's got to be a house rule, right? So.
Yeah, I would say so.
The house rules are good as well because you document them and then you review them and then you play back on them, and then if they seem overpowered, because it's a house rule, you can probably adjust it on the fly. Like for example, when a cleric of a life domain cleric gets fireball.
What? That's crazy.
Oh, come on, Pete. Like, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, God. Like, anyone would really do something so stupid and bring that out. God.
But it was cool.
That's
the
really
thing.
great.
We were right in the
Yeah.
middle. We were right in the middle of the crazy mad mages, crazy dungeon from the 70s, and that's what happened. Why not?
I'm sorry.
It was cool. It happened. No, you were. It was trolls, I think, that initially
I
was like,
did,
wait
Jess.
a minute.
I
wait a
did. I
minute,
did.
wait a
I
minute."
read my cards wrong, and I brought all these new spells in, and it wasn't until I think trolls
Yeah, it was
pointed out that,
Yeah, you wanted me to help you, so I was like, okay, what?
and he sort of said in the middle of the stream,
It was.
I've been fireballing and everything, and somebody just sort of said, did she have fireball? Yes, it's on my card here. And then eventually we just went, oh yeah, it does say life remain next to
I
it.
was very confused because I heard life, and then like you're casting fireballs. Okay, so there's light. But are you life?
Trolls keeps
she's
us
light.
honest. Trolls keeps us honest. I've got another question from chat here, guys, and I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one to Pale. And start with Pale. We'll start with Pale and work around.
I better wake up then.
What was the
Get Google up.
What was the first character that you played? What was the first role? Do you remember your first role playing character, or a story around that? If you don't remember the exact character, or when would it have been even? Do you remember your first game? What was it? That kind of thing. Go on, give us your first memory of playing a tabletop role playing game.
Oh yes.
This is a question from Jessica.
Oh, long ago, before this ancient planet was quite so ancient, long before man recorded his history, I played a ranger. Honestly, it was. I think my first game happened. I was 13, and this was not long after I had very first discovered the classic AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide in a Walden Books. My folks got it for me, and they were a little about the the giant, fiery red Ifrit on the cover. And my mom asked me, well, is this something you can use or whatever? How does it work? And it's like, well, it provides you all the rules to make your own games. I said, I need someone to play with, but this looks like something I could really, set my mind to, which, as it turns out, it did. But I played a ranger. Was the first and only time I'd ever, back in the day, this was AD&D, so it was the first and only time I'd ever rolled a character, a fighter type who had 18 double odd strength. So I was all about, let's kill things. And it was shortly thereafter, in fact, with my very first roll, which was a nat 1, that I discovered role play could be a key advantage in keeping my ass alive. So and as it happened, I was playing with a bunch of folks who'd been together for some time. So I was the new kid on the block, and I got a bunch of crap. And when I said I wanted my ranger to be something like Aragorn, I thought the entire table was going to go berserk. I guess they thought I was, whizzing on Professor Tolkien's grave, kind of thing. They were really uptight about it.
That was before the internet, when everybody's character that was using a bow was named Aragon 1, Aragon 1, and so on. Aragon XX1, XX Aragorn XX, that kind of thing. So I mean, you were just paving the way, right? You were.
I suppose, it was a bad experience in that I didn't stay with the group all that long. And as it turns out, the next two groups after that were less than the best of company, shall we say, during the game, but especially outside the game.
So I'm going to put that same question to Unky Mark. Mark, some old pirate. Do you remember your first? I know it was from Jessica.
He's bullying the old guys here. That's what it is. I don't remember too much about it. What I do remember, I was in secondary school. I was about 11 years old, and my first game that I played was Traveller. So I didn't come through D&D. I came through a different route.
Ah.
And I actually, it was because a friend in my class, we just moved up to secondary school, and I met this guy who had played Traveller before, but he was talking about a book that had just come out, The Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Do you remember the old fighting fantasy game books? Anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
They have that on Steam, by the way.
Yeah, that's a bit more recent. I mean, we're going back some. And he was talking about this Warlock of Firetop Mountain book that he'd had, and I tried that out, and it was great. And then he was telling me about these role-playing games, and the first one that we played was Traveller. And I remember playing, he was a scout, I think it was. I don't remember too much else about him. It was a very forgettable character, and there was no role-playing. It was just throwing dice around at that time. Yeah, and that's... The thing I do remember is that we didn't even have the rule books. What he'd done is he'd copied out by hand all of the tables for character creation, and a lot of the rules that were required, like all the weapons and stuff. So I copied out by hand from his copy.
What could have gone wrong?
I know, that's right. So we do apologise.
Plagiarism at its best.
Yeah, for for not buying your goddamn books, but for just cheating and copying them out.
Right.
Yeah, it was very wrong of us. And but I was 11. I didn't know any better.
Yeah,
Obviously now I know.
You're writing, and you'd never look at. You'd never.
And
look
you know
at
what? It was one of
websites.
those things where I tried to be as neat as I could as well. It took me ages.
Oh,
It was
the motivation.
it was
Game playing
great.
builds motivation. Very quickly, rapid fire for because we have to go to chat as well, and I'm just 20 minutes behind chat, so this is where we're getting. Very rapid fire trolls, rapid fire. Who was your first character?
I don't know what class, I don't know what name, I don't know why I was doing it at the moment. No, it was very fun. I think I was around 10 or 11. We were going to a boy choir meeting, and we were playing just made up stories on the train there.
Cool. Neo?
Troll sang bass even then.
He was an early bloomer.
No. I was mezzo soprano, so I was the highest of highest. And then, yeah, I come back one year later.
My first game was a D&D 3rd edition conversion of Ultima 6. That was playing a local RPG club. I think I was the only one, maybe apart from the DM, who'd actually ever played Ultima. So I rolled as a paladin, and it seemed appropriate. But yeah, that was only when I was 20. I didn't really get into RPGs until later on.
Yeah. Ange, who was your first tabletop role-playing game character? I'm interested in this because I think I know the answer, but actually I realise I might not. Because you might have played before.
I'm going to cut in just to be fair. You are probably wrong, but Ange will not remember.
Oh, Ange.
Right now, playing properly, it's Ariel.
Yeah, that's the character you would
And
have
that's
been
it.
playing
Yeah.
tonight if we were going. Yeah, playing
But
properly.
we did play Cthulhu, an Undersea Cthulhu one years ago here. And then I can remember that, and we did another one another fantasy thingy.
Was that the one where you set the house up and you made it all cool?
We did.
With all
We made the
text
house
and
black. We
music
put
and-
speakers
yeah.
around the house and sound effects and things like that. Yeah, we did all that. But Warhammer, I don't know what game did
It
we
was
play?
Warhammer. It was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Well
There you
done.
go.
I remembered a game. I remember
I'll-
something.
I don't remember. I just remember hearing about D&D, and I remember thinking it was cool. I asked my friends. My friends thought it sounded good. We played for it. They all got bored. I got sad because I still wanted to play it. I had no friends left that wanted to play it. They were all going around doing grown-up things, and I was wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons, which apparently back then, when you were a young teenager, wasn't something cool anymore, and that was a bit sad, really. So I don't actually remember what my first character was at all. I just remember it was D&D, and it was the basic edition D&D campaign, the Red Book, the red paperback book, and that's kind of, it might have been one of the pre-gens even. Out
And
of that
now
book
you're running a website dedicated to role playing games there, Croy.
I'm involved in a
So
community that is.
you showed them.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? See,
Hey,
no.
Infinite, we're cool.
That's
One day
right.
he'll even be cool.
That's it. He made it cool.
Right,
Yeah,
let's
I mean,
quickly. I'm gonna.
That's right. God,
Gonna
Oh,
bomb-
was the
bomb
question about
through chat.
D&D characters?
It wasn't even D&D characters, but it was for me. D&D was the first. I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
played things like Hero Quest and stuff as well, which is coming back, by the way. They're going to be
Yeah.
remaking it. Cool. Bongmaster didn't remember Infinity was a wizard set fire to retirement home and then ran off in shame. Oops. Fawa's here. Hey, Fawa. Jess is enjoying Professors.
would that
sounds
be
wrong.
geriatricide?
Fawa thinks that he's got desk envy. We're going right back. We're going right back.
Sorry.
Russ is geez whiz, I've got so much to catch up. Here we go. None for where are we? Enjoying stream, I guess. Thanks, Nightbot. Did we have any more questions from chat? I'm catching up here. I'm 20 minutes behind. Oh my goodness, it's so. Hey guys, how's it all going?
I don't think we did. I don't think we
Minnie's
did.
in. You know, it's a proper D&D Discord when there's a channel dedicated to dice porn.
Did he get renamed?
I
don't
think that
even-
happened because we were in the main chat and we just started putting pictures of dice up. And in the new Discord, we are trying desperately to make the main chat like sort of,
Yeah,
sort
it's
of a
called the
general
Big Bag of
general
Dice
thing.
now.
Yeah, and then we and every time we realise there's a conversation that's predominantly killing the chat, we make a little room on the left, and that's what we tend to do. And we are really good at this, and we just do it like that,
I
just
just
like that.
Yeah, I just saw the picture that Fawa posted about the desk. I tell you what, it's not the desk I love about that picture, Fawa. It's your monitor. That's amazing. We need a couple of them.
Where did I miss that?
That
It's
was
like a nice big
back in
curved one.
925. It was about 15 minutes ago that Fawa was a huge curved monitor. I don't know how wide that is, but it looks about as wide as 3 of my normal crappy monitors that I stole from Gibbs. We need monitors like that. There's a question about hedge trimming. There was some gardening going on earlier.
Oh,
Look, I need to think about things when I type. Yeah, we realise this.
If anybody wants to see what Angie actually said, go and check out the VOD on my channel. I'll give myself a shout out because it's a shameless.
No, I think I wrote it in my own channel as in Discord
did
as well.
you?
But yeah,
Okay.
and then
Anyway.
I think I put it on Facebook because I just ran with it then.
Yeah, because it was quite funny. Yeah.
No, actually, I was genuinely doing a job, and
You
you
were.
all dirty-minded went
It's-
through the floor.
It's true. And down through the gutter, out down the street, into the thing, and all the way out to the ocean. They were so far
I could
down.
say it now, and it's not. I was not wrong that I just trimmed my bush today.
The
Oh,
Thargoid. The Thargoid is in.
I did. There's pictures of it before and after. And
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah,
check,
we went.
please.
We
they are. It's like it was hanging. Yeah.
A terrible time to walk into the stream.
yeah.
Jessica,
I'm hearing about this for the first time right now.
You were in the loft.
Changing the subject quickly. Jessica says that the reason that she got into D&D was from her aunt and uncle. Doesn't actually say which aunt and uncle, but I assume it's these two that are sitting.
The cool ones, obviously.
That are sitting over this way. Yeah, the cool ones, absolutely.
Yeah.
They are huge nerds. You totally.
I've seen two
yeah.
questions
Thargoid-
in chat
Yep.
Yeah.
that we maybe can put together. What's your favorite class in D&D, and what class would you never play?
Good one. Who asked
You
that?
know, I've talked about this even with characters, and when we play Blades, now I always play a caster. In Guild Wars, and I just play a caster. It's just one of those things. And so in Blades, I died. Like I died, it seemed to be a lot of games. Well, I disappeared. So I brought this thug character out. Was like, what was I carrying? Was I a hammer or something? Something weird like that, wasn't it?
Big
Yeah, you were
hammer.
using a sledgehammer or something.
So I then decided to play. Now I really struggled with that because I always play me. I do. I'm sorry. I try all these different things, but so I tried. But why is it? And every character that is a hammer or a barbarian, running in armored thing, that we all play it like very thuggish, as in very limited words. Because I automatically went to that stereotype. So as a rule, I would not play that again because you tend to go. Ruh.
But
Yeah.
Ange, do you know what? The strange thing about that was you were scary like that, and that was good, and you were scary like that, and you played that character really well, and you were talking about the fact that you always play you. Could it not be that it's
But
because
she was
you always
playing
play
her.
the same?
Trust me, she was. I live with her. That's the constant fear I live with every single day.
So yeah,
when
it was.
she goes monosyllabic, it's.
Yep,
Yeah.
goes to the shed and pulls out a hammer.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean seriously, Ange. That was a good character that you played, and I think you got the chops of that one really well. Like that was some good stuff. Like that, even like you say, but then that's not what you normally do. Therefore, as a compared to your other characters, then I think you were on point with that one.
I am really, really trying, like, because we're pulling out characters left, right, and centre at the moment. And our text on Monday, I'm trying to change that character so it's just Ariel, not all the time. So, and last night I was scary. Chris came into channel last night and said I was scary. But
Was
I was just,
was that question dedicated just to D&D, or was it open to other games?
I think the first one was to.
I think it's a D&D related thing.
But I think you can just go whatever.
I would play any D&D character, because if I was playing a D&D character, that would mean I wasn't DMing, and I don't want to be a forever DM.
Okay, that's a big hint for anyone out there. Can anybody run a D&D game so that Croy can play?
Well, I have coming up.
Yes, that's a good point.
Could we create a D&D campaign where he plays as a dungeon master?
You play, it's like,
And all the cooldowns are the games.
bonus
That's the
action.
key.
Yeah.
Oh, good. It was actually in the
If you get him to
blades.
wear that outfit from the D&D cartoon, I will be there.
What?
Oh,
the
that
little
you can
wizard
buy
dude?
that. You
Yeah,
can
I
buy
know.
that. It's on like
I wouldn't
Amazon,
be
isn't
quite
it?
dead wearing it, but hey, if someone else wants to.
Yeah.
That's
The
a nice
unicorn as well, wasn't it? It was a unicorn, and I remember that vaguely.
I hated that goddamn cartoon.
Me too.
Fucking hell, Jesus, I hated that cartoon. Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Okay.
What
I did not
can't
I'm
you
gonna
really
make a lot of enemies
And
by
that
saying
little
that.
Kid, the barbarian. Oh my
Holy
God.
shit! What was that all about?
That was probably what got me into D&D, actually, thinking about how old I am.
Can you imagine running that as a D&D campaign where you'd have, here's your party members, like, by the way, you all get one thing. Choose wisely.
Oh, I'll have the unicorn.
Here's
For God's sake.
I saw in one of the and it's somewhere I think I was doing a Google search. They, God help us all, they are apparently making a movie based off the D&D cartoon.
Oh dear.
Well, to be honest, I also heard about a comic book that was being done.
Yeah.
Or that's being made about, but it was taking those kids and kind of seeing what they were like as grown-ups after they'd had to deal with all that shit. So it was all the post-traumatic stress and all that bullshit that they've got.
It was the dark edition.
That would be amazing.
Dark Horse Comics.
That's I've not heard anything else about it, and I want to read that.
One shot.
I want to read that because that sounds fantastic.
Oh, they planned for 13 episodes or issues. They got one.
So I think there was one where someone was transcribing the 25th episode where they actually eventually got home, like the one episode they didn't make.
Oh yeah, they didn't show it, did they?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're still there.
Well, so speaking, we have some good news as well.
Oh, they're really messed up after all this time.
after all of that bad memories, let me bring a good memory to you. Thargoid says he's wanted to play D&D for nearly 20 years. However, never had a group of friends willing to commit to playing a game with him until recently. How cool's that?
That's nice.
That's awesome, isn't that?
That is awesome.
So,
Yes.
That's because it's cool now.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Just look at me. Cool.
Yeah, you can. You too could turn out like that.
Moving on.
I mean, that's dedication. That is dedication. That is.
So what was the
Yeah.
original question that we had up was what class
Your-
would you play?
Would you not
and
play?
Would you not play?
Yeah.
Who
I would
was-
not say there's no class in D&D that I would not play, but I'm very hard to play a paladin because of the commitment that you make. It's very hard for me to play that kind of character. But
You have problems
So
with
you're not
commitment.
into
Then.
commitment, is what you're saying.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think,
All right.
No,
sometimes, like, how
but
you-
living at a code and starting
Yeah.
out like a paladin.
What is a paladin?
But
What Ash was.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah, Oathbreakers. That's true. Like I said, it's not my go-to. I think that paladin are on the bottom of the list of class I would play. But it's not like, I would never play a paladin.
Yeah.
But I would never play a leader. That's for sure. Holy crap.
Right, I've caught up with chat. Brilliant. Caught up with chat.
So that's it then. Okay, bye.
Well, actually, not well. To be
Thanks so
fair,
much.
we are actually we're gonna wrap up on the hour. So yeah. Did we superheroes? We've got a game coming up. We said we were going to talk a little bit about the games that we were going to play.
Definitely we do
And
that.
we haven't done that, so let's do that quickly. Does anybody want to give us a rundown of the games
I can
that
do it if
we
you want.
have as part of the Infinite Monkey Tales community? And also a general note to anybody who's joined us that we would normally be playing Dungeons and Dragons at this point, but due to some technical issues from one of our players and some illness as well, we weren't able to continue with the campaign. So we're just extending our usual conflab that we have at the beginning of games, just to carry us on so that we can get this in. We did already stream today though, didn't we? Because we were streaming last
you
night
did?
when we went over to midnight.
Oh yes. So,
Yes.
right. So today would.
Did you like all the blank faces there? It was like,
Yeah, this is our second stream today.
Actually, it's your third.
It's my third. That's true. Yeah, 'cause I was streaming this afternoon. So
How did the exercise go?
I needed
He
2
was
beers
puffing.
to get over it. I needed 2
He
beers
was
to get
puffing.
over it. Tell you, it was great. No, I feel much better for it, and I do mean that sincerely. But I've got a shed to move even further. But so, Ange, are you ready? Or is anybody going to give us a rundown of the games that we've got?
I'll
lined
do
up?
it. Because what could go wrong when Ange is in charge?
Oh dear.
I really need a reset.
Hang on. I just
Yeah,
want to get the popcorn.
Did Neo just unmute himself to say that?
He
And
did!
unmuted himself.
Fine. How rude. Seriously.
I trust you, Angie. Go on.
Right, okie dokie. So, in the channel, we have loads of games, and we are happy to add any more games that you want to add into there. The plan is that not only that we run the games, that other people run the games that we can play. We have the codes for people to stream on our channel. Hopefully that's where we're going with this. So these are the games that we've thrown together that we've played over the last 2.5, 3 years, that we can run, that we have bought, which we are reading. Notice we are saying we again when I do nothing.
Oh, Angie, what game are you
He's really
talking
just
about?
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get names right. I can't remember my own character's spells. So me running a game is never going to happen. So obviously, first of all, we have Dungeons and Dragons. So obviously, Croy runs Dungeons and Dragons, and Trolls runs Dungeons and Dragons, and I think Lloyd actually runs. Does Lloyd
It does.
D&D?
No, I have a D&D game, but I'm a player rather than as a DM.
Right, all right, okie dokie. And now we know Thargold is going to be running them, and I think Bong runs them, and we have quite a few people actually that are in the channel, but we do have quite a few players that have popped in that said they want to play. So we are hoping to, we've done a lot of one-shots, so hopefully we can bring up some one-shots so that some of these new players can play. So then we have Cthulhu Dark. Cthulhu is everything opposite to D&D.
Well, that's not quite true, is it?
To the point where in D&D you get better and you power up and you become these great heroes, and we become amazing people. In Cthulhu Dark, the DM will kill you.
Yeah, you stumble upon a mystery, you start to learn too much, you begin to lose your sanity, and by the end of the game, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yay!
Talk about a one-shot.
So yeah, if my advice, if you want to play Cthulhu, try not to listen to some of the podcasts because if we are bringing them out, some of the one shots are the pre-made ones. So you might find if you listen to them, you might know the stories. So try and steer away from it, but they are good fun. And the best part I like about them is the investigating. I love it. I love running around police stations, newspaper places, insane asylums, and
She especially loves running around in an insane asylum.
I love all that. I love all that. So
she basically lives in her PJs. I mean,
Ask farmers if they have more sheep to kill. Or
so it's like as if I'm so. The Cthulhu Dark is a really light, loose, rules-based thing, and we roll a d6 to make things. Okay, guys, I'm going into rules here, so you might have to step up.
What
So
other games have we got going as well to move on?
Yeah.
To,
We've got
not
Trail
much
of,
time.
that's what I was going to say, because that's really loose. And then we go into Trail of Cthulhu, and Call of Cthulhu, which are the same emphasis on story, but they have different systems. But they are the same, basic,
And Call of Cthulhu, from what I remember, could be considered sort of like a D&D campaign, and that's a different setting and mythos and so on, but you move from story to story. You have a continuous character until
well, all of them could do that because we played Trail for 2 years. So
I mean, it's not going to happen in Cthulhu Dark. That's for sure.
Not going to happen.
No.
But certainly, Trail of Cthulhu and Call of Cthulhu are very, very similar in the way they do things. It's just a slightly different system in the way that they go about doing, reaching the same end result. But yeah, they're just kind of more investigative. Cthulhu Dark doesn't do so well, as I found out yesterday, with investigative stuff. But Trail and Call of Cthulhu, that's kind of the main thing that they're about, is an investigation into something. Your characters will find things out, they'll go mad, and quite likely die if they try to face off against any of these things.
Next. That's that.
Games, yeah, we've got
the next one is Blades in the Dark, which we do absolutely adore, and we are on a bit of a hiatus with that at the moment. But we are going to go do a session 0, and you literally are a gang of rogues, criminals in an amazing city, and the maps for it are phenomenal. They're brilliant, and you basically.
Brilliant. Yep,
and it's like, wow, what's it like? Steampunk class.
It's kind of a steampunk. The idea is that you've got a fantasy world, like a D&D world, where something big, massive cataclysm happened 1,000 years before that destroyed the sun, and then the world carried on developing. You're like this industrial society. So it's kind of fantasy, but it's a bit darker
also
than Dungeons & Dragons.
Dystopian.
It is a little bit that way.
Looking for that big score so they can sit on top for a while.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so much fun.
The
we
idea
love it.
is it's mainly improv, and you don't have to plan or prep too much, even in the game itself.
Which is probably why it's a bit of a staff favorite.
Maybe
the improv.
But yeah. That's we don't have to
really
say anything
cool.
else about that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else
then the next one is Mutants and Mastermind.
Oh.
I read it because I would have said Mayhem and
Monsters and Mayhem.
Monsters and Mayhem. So, Adrian. Our beautiful and our main guy here, the Infinity, is running that, and we are basically making superheroes to run around a city and cause more mayhem. And my superhero is excellent. I didn't make it up on the spot at all, and make anyone's eyes roll once when I made up my superhero for that.
She's called the Cat Lady, isn't she?
No, it's just yeah. Then the next one is one that we did buy on a Kickstarter, and I am very excited. But we backed it on a Kickstarter, and we've got the PDF for it, and we're waiting for the book to come through in this Next month.
That
And it's casting the casting the runes. So we will be ghost hunters in an Edwardian setting, and it's based on the M.R. James stories. So, like, very excited about that because I love gothic stuff like that. I want to play a vampire in a gothic setting, but they're all nightclubby and and I hate all that. So,
But she digresses.
yeah. Anyway,
Yes, quite often.
so I told you if you let me do it, we're going to run over time. So Croy's just having kittens there. But Mothership is the next one, which is a sci-fi horror, which is a little bit based on. Okay,
It's
wait, the films fell out my head.
Alien.
Oh, I don't like Alien though. No, the other one, the one.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. That's it. It fell out my head. That one. So yeah, Mark's been working on Foundry on that one, haven't you?
No.
George.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah. So you basically you're running around
Sci-fi
on a
horror,
spaceship,
yeah.
sci-fi, and bad things happen to you and face huggers and things.
Is that
that one?
And is that? We've got a few like Mork Borg and stuff as well, but we haven't actually got.
I'm not
anything set
saying
up
the name for that. Trolls, can you say the name for the next one? You're muted.
Oh, perfect.
Say it again. Why is he muted? He's okay. It's
Mörkborg.
yay. Yeah.
I could do that.
It sounds awesome when you say it.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got such a deep, throaty voice as well. So
rules.
that is
I like my mixer.
that is a pitch black, a pop. Oh, yeah, I ain't saying that word. It's not coming out.
Troll, you want to take over here? Just finish
Fantasy RPG. And it says, souls and fools seeking redemption, forgiveness for the last remaining riches of the bleak and dying world. I have no idea, but there's a skeleton and a sword and a shield. And yeah, I think that looks...
And the book looks amazing.
it is a pretty book. It is
You
pretty.
should try the
Very small book.
character generator on their website because you just create
Yes.
hilarious characters without even knowing what the rules are.
Yeah. It is
So,
great.
yeah. So that's something as well that's in the pipeline. And then we have Shadow in the of the Demon Lord, which we did play once. And that is fantasy, isn't it?
It is.
It's fantasy and dark fantasy with demons and demons spilling from the void and play through stories steeped in horror and violence. So yeah.
I don't want to play anything real to life. 2020's been more than enough for me to handle.
The picture of that is a very fat
in
thing.
my RPG too.
Yeah.
Okay, then we've got Digital Shades, which I think
Bong Master suggested, yeah.
Yeah, so I have no idea, but it says it is a really cool cyberpunk scenario. Don't bother with too many rules. Yay, I'll be able to play it. It's compact, fast-paced role-playing game for the cyberpunk genre.
Yes.
It's simple enough that you can start playing instantly. The PDF is available for free in download section. So there you go. So that's one that someone will be playing.
If we can play instantly, why aren't we already playing it? That's the
yeah.
Bong.
And then the final one, again, I will not be pronouncing.
Why?
Okay, shall I pronounce it? Right then.
Go for it.
So it's Draka Ook Demonair. There you go.
Perfect.
Like a native. Like a native.
And I have the book here.
We're multicultural around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a world of Thudvarg and a world of folklore and superstition. That can make a name for themselves or serve someone that does. It's a middle fantasy RPG with heavy influences from the Norse folklore and mythos, but Celtic and 13th century Christianity. So, and Trolls is going to be doing a campaign.
Damn right.
Campaign of that, yeah.
Brilliant. Right, guys.
So yeah,
well,
so that's all the games that we've got.
that's it. You
So
can
far.
find us. You can find us on Discord. That's the most biggest hive of activity that we have. But obviously we're streaming and we're building up and ramping up our content here on the channel. We've got multiple people streaming, and we've got multiple GMs. We've got players looking for GMs, we've got GMs looking for players. So jump on board, come and find out what we're up to, and hopefully we'll all be having a lot of fun telling stories, and just getting to grips with some new games that we've not played before, some old games that we have, and revisiting and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's a good point to call it. I would just like to say thank you very much to Trolls Maiden, thank you for joining us. To Neo Rapster, thank you very much for joining us. Pale Writer, thank you very much for joining in. Some Old Pirate, Angie Pops, and myself, Croy. We'll be saying cheerio just now, but please look out for all of our content that's going to be coming up over the coming weeks, and we'll hopefully see you again on this channel in just under a week's time for our D&D campaign. Yes.
Unless I do one in the week. I'm going to do that solo one.
Okay, right, we'll look out for streams as well in the middle of the week, but we'll say goodbye just now. So everybody, thank you so much, and we'll see you all again very soon.
Thank you.
Adios.
Adios.
Jinx.
Bye.